This is my second attempt at starting a casual playthrough of Metroid Prime as part of my Metroid marathon that I've been doing on Twitch and YouTube over the past 3 or 4 years. Slacked off for a little while and now I'm kind of getting back to it. I've done most of the 2D games up to AM2R. Now I'm doing the 3D games. Might do Samus Returns later. But yeah, um, I did this once before, again, like maybe a couple years ago, and I was really new to the game, really shit at it, but I've gotten better over time, and gonna be playing it with my acquired skill as, you know, an experienced player of this game. But I'm still gonna be playing it the intended way, with only minor speed tricks. I'm not gonna be skipping anything major, so gonna semi-pretend this is my first time, or one of my first few times. So here we go. And I was having some technical difficulties earlier. I had to tweak my settings a bit so Dolphin wouldn't stutter as much. Still gonna get some lag and stuttering, but hopefully not as bad as my first attempt today. And I'll be going for 100% items, but not 100% scans, because that'll take too long. But I'll scan some shit, just for story's sake. It's kind of how you get the game stories, through your scan logs. It's very subtle storytelling. Turn my hood lag off. Surround sound. And I'll leave the hint system on. So it kind of helps with the story a bit too. And here we go. Even though I'm timing this isn't a speed run. I'm just timing it out of curiosity for how long a casual playthrough would take from an experienced player. Unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon 4. Got a nice little opening here. Kind of reminds me of Aliens. You know, it's in space with a slow panning shot across a planet. It's pretty nice. And that planet right there is the planet we're eventually going to be spending most of our time on, Talon 4. But right now we're at the Space Pirate Frigate for our opening / tutorial scene. And yes, it's lagging a lot for anyone who's played the game. They know the scene is like runs faster than this. But I got a shit computer, so kind of work with what we got. And I'm pretty used to it, so hopefully if it's jarring to anyone watching, hopefully they'll get used to it too if they stick around. And the lag only depends on what's happening on screen and what's on screen in general. So certain rooms lag more than others, and some are fine. See, now right here it's normal since it's not too much happening on screen. Like right there when there's more effects, yeah, it takes a little longer to process. It's a pretty epic intro nonetheless. Lag actually kind of helps in some ways. It's got a cinematic slow-mo kind of effect. At least that's how I interpret it. Just I don't know, put a positive spin on the fact that it's laggy. Uh, So the reason I'm going to be rolling most of the time, because rolling is faster than walking. But I will eventually lose my items, so to compensate for that until I get the items back, or at least until I get my morph ball back, I'll be doing some like bunny hopping and L walking, which I'll explain when I get to it. What's this? Morphology unknown. High levels of radiation detected. Space pirate status. Death caused by acidic burns to body. Chemical type unknown. Weak signs of life detected. Now we have our first map room. Classic staple of the Metroid series. And this is the Space Pirate Frigate one, which we're going to be coming back to later in the game. Much later. So, just keep that in mind. So put these guys out of misery. Seem a little disoriented. Wonder why. Oh, by the way, when I said L walking, this is what I meant. You see the little target reticle in the middle of the screen? It means I'm holding the L trigger and I walk slightly faster. You'll see more of that when I lose my morph ball and shit. Normally those turrets would have shot at me, but I wasn't in the room yet, so they didn't detect me. So first save point. Now we're coming up on our first mini-boss, which we'll see in a moment. Ooh, ugly. Once again, sorry for the lag. So what's this? Parasite Queen. Parasite female genetically enhanced by unknown means. A weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. By the way, scanning this thing opened up its weak spot in the mouth, so I'll be able to kill it faster. Normally you could still damage it, but not by its weak point if you don't scan it. So scanning some bosses helps. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen, origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blasts of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears parasites have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. Basically, these scans kind of help you figure out how to fight the bosses and what their weak points are. So right now, I'm going to be doing technique called rapid fire missiles by holding up the C stick and spamming missiles, which cancels the cooldown between each missile. And that way it can kill enemies quicker than normally. It's a typical speed trick that a lot of speedrunners use. There's a turret coming up in the next hallway, so I'm gonna scan it to turn, or scan this to turn it off. Normally a turret would have shot at me there. This creature's deceased. Creature's incubation period was prematurely terminated. Its shell has not yet fully hardened. So, looks like they've been doing some experiments on things. Trying to cook up some sinister plan to do something sinister. I don't know. Guess the story will unfold as we play along. And as you can see, we're also in another classic Metroid staple, the escape sequence, this time in the beginning. Always pretty fun. I'm not sure if rolling uphills or inclines is faster than walking, but whatever. I like to roll. Still feels faster in general. Whoa. That thing right there can't actually hurt you. It's just there to kind of scare you. And it just pushes you back. There's our nemesis, Ridley. This time it's Meta Ridley. One of the many iterations we've seen so far. Probably, I don't know, probably all clones of each other. So how can you kill Ridley so many times and have him come back? This tutorial section right here is basically giving you a taste of what you'll have eventually. When you gain all your items back. So it's teaching you how to use grapple, charge beam, missiles, morph ball, and all that. It's a nice little introduction. Although the reason she loses all her shit is kind of dumb. Like, as you can see, all she did was get blasted into a wall, and that's all it took. Various malfunction, morph ball malfunction. Yeah, now we've lost all that stuff, so all I can do is L walk everywhere. And R jump. Or bunny hop, rather. My bunny hopping is really bad, by the way. Sure, casual players probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but experienced players or speedrunners should know. Hopefully I've explained everything well enough so far. It's a pretty epic lag right there. No, slow-mo. Epic slow-mo. It's a better word that puts a more positive spin on it. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin the landing sequence. Man, even though the game is like, what, 18 years old at this point, I still think it holds up. Like the graphics and everything, even though they're 2002 graphics, they still look pretty good. Talon Overworld. Alright. Normally in speedruns, you would see people do a trick called space jump first, with a scan dash off of this ship over to that platform right there and get the space jump boost early. But for now, we're gonna pretend like I don't know about that. I'm just gonna explore around normally. So, got a hole right here. Can't go in there because we need morph ball. Same with this one. What else is around? Got a little pathway here. But unfortunately, we can't go any further without Morph Ball. So let's head back. See what else there is to explore. Got one door there. Another door up there we can't get to yet. At least, well, not the intended way. Let's check this door first. Should be one up here around the corner. Got our first enemies on Talon 4. And we already got a new area, Impact Crater. What this is all about. Looks vaguely sinister, but also very beautiful. Space-powered encrypted data decoded. Log 10-308.0. Field team reports are in on an age structure of an alien design built on the surface of Talon 4. Studies show the structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics, and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder future energy production operations on Talon 4, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. But this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done. So that must be what they look like right there. Unfortunately, we can't go any further here either without missiles. So that's a missile door. So let's head back. It's one of the other doors we saw. What you saw me just do right there was a bunny hop. That's a scan dash. Some more bunny hopping combined with our jumping. Again, my bunny hopping is bad, but hopefully it's still faster than just walking. First dash I did was a scan dash where you like scan onto something and use the strafe mechanic. And the second dash I did was a combat dash where you just lock onto an enemy and dash that way to get faster. Access to Chozo Ruins West. Let's see what this new area has to offer. Chozo Ruins. Incoming scan data. Abnormal seismic activity detected. Seismic disturbance at ruin site. Hive totem. So I guess we have to get there somehow. The question is, how do we get there? You know, as ruined as this place is, still looks pretty nice. It's kind of soothing. Oops. Got some items that we can see, but we can't get yet. The first door I passed by was a missile door, so I couldn't go in there. The only way to go is here for now. The other door, well, one of the other doors are a one-way door that you have to come out from the other side, and the one behind us led to a morph ball area that you need morph ball to get past. By the way, the game's gonna stutter and freeze up sometimes. Dolphin's kind of notorious for that, so I apologize in advance. Save station detected. Ugh. For some reason it does this a lot when I first start up a game, but over time it kind of like stabilizes. Okay. Hey, what's up, Curse? How's it going? And now that we've saved our game... Well, I don't know where I was going with that, but if we die, we can start here. You know what the point of a save point is. Caleb? Okay. Right now I'm just doing a casual playthrough of the game since I haven't done that in a while. And I'm like semi-commentating for YouTube. And looks like... what's that? No, Santa, scan the... Appears this item can only be reached by using the elevated bridge. Alright, let's go get it. Oop! Okay. Of course it wasn't going to be that easy. Yeah, it does. Like, I haven't done this... I mean, I did this like maybe a couple of weeks ago, but I wasn't satisfied with that recording, so doing it again. But before that, I hadn't done it in a couple years. So, I forgot to read the scan for this boss, but its name is Hive Mecha. And that little red light is its weak spot, which comes up after every few of these bugs that you kill. You can only lock onto them when they stop flying. So, it's a bit of a target practice kind of thing. Ah! Just got knocked into the water. You don't want to get knocked into the water because it's really hard to get out. Yeah. Yeah, for first-timers, this boss can be pretty tough. Mostly because of the bees, or wasps, whatever you call them. And we have our missile launcher. Press da-da-da-da-da, tutorial, shit, whatever. And we have our first energy tank. So now we won't die as easily. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that on my tracker. Normally in speedruns, you would skip that boss I just fought by doing a scan dash across the water to avoid the boss fight trigger. Shoot that hive so the bugs won't bother me. Let's see. That wall looks suspicious. Stress points present in Brimstone Wall. Present in Brimstone Wall. Oh wait. A concussive blast may shatter it. that needs missiles. So we have ourselves our first missile expansion. By scanning certain things, you can get clues on like how to break certain walls. We'll go ahead and open up the map for this area. It's a pretty big area. It's a lot to cover. So, let's see where we're to now. Can't get in there without... Shit, we don't have yet. That was buddy hopping that I just did right there. That was a scan dash. Minor speed tech to help, you know, get you through things faster. Oops. By the way, these scarabs are really dangerous when you don't have Morph Ball, because they do like 1 damage per scarab when you're unmorphed. So running into all of them can really do a lot of damage to you. But I wonder if you could scan dash over that. Nah, probably not. But when you're morphed, they barely do any damage. It's really weird. Am I challenging you? What do you mean? Oops. Dolphin? Oh, burping contest. No, not really. It was that dolphin, those classic dolphin lag spikes. Again, I know it's jarring for people watching, but my computer's shit, so yeah, kind of stuck with that. Although sometimes closing and reopening Dolphin could help with it, so I might do that eventually. Ugh. And what is this? Looks like a ball. Morph ball. Let's go get it. And of course, nothing is ever that easy. Gotta kill these bugs first. Plated beetle, well-armored burrowing insect, vulnerable only in the rear abdomen. Creature's thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives it an advantage in combat, allowing it to make ramming attacks, only surfacing when it detects vibrations above. It then maneuvers itself as to always face its rival, keeping its exposed abdomen protected. Ah! Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna try a rapid fire missile. Okay, that wasn't enough. Come on. Alright, got it. Now we can get our morph ball. Hey, Crisco, what's up? Thanks for the host. How you been? How's it going, man? Yeah, I haven't done this in a while, so just doing it for old time's sake, I guess. Alright, so now we can now we can roll around, which is faster than walking. Since we have morph ball, we can go to this door up here, which leads to a tunnel that we need morph ball for. There's not much else we can do in the other areas yet. At least until we get bombs. Yeah, I mean, at the vanilla game, yeah. Been playing mostly Red over the past few years. Ugh. Come on, Dolphin. Okay, I think this is the intended way to go around this room. Should I do the R jump? Nah, I'll play the intended way. Notice when you start a new file, I think all the cutscenes are unskippable. So normally I'd be able to skip the second half of that save point cutscene. Truth awaits you in a sacred hall. Shouldn't this wall have a scan point? Oh, maybe not. It's another one of those suspicious-looking walls that, you know, have an item behind them. Alright, what do we have here? Charge beam. Oh, forgot to mark morph ball too. And as usual, after acquiring each upgrade, get a little tutorial on how to use it. Shooting single shots at these things closes the eyes, but a charge shot kills them. Unidentifiable. Fuck. Oh my god. Unidentifiable obstruction approximately 1 meter wide blocks the hole. So nothing we have can break that yet. Just killing some enemies before they ambush me. Love doing that. See, normally they'd lunge at me, like that last one tried to do. How you doing, Triple Berries? I'm playing on the Dolphin emulator, which might explain why it's laggy and stuttery, because my computer's not the best. Yeah, Crisco's right. It's basically the gist of it. Incinerator drone, programmed for high temperature waste disposal. Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when the internal power core is damaged. Unit that has minimal combat programming, but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blast compensate for its lack of battle prowess. Okay, that looks like its weak point there. Yeah, original hardware is definitely the best way to go for this. Unless you don't have the original hardware, which I don't. he's down. Yeah, it would have been nice if they made this game more available. It's a pretty classic game. Now we have our morph ball bombs. I at least hope they release the trilogy on some kind of virtual console or the Switch. So now we can break these little things with morph ball bombs. It still would be nice to have them though. Just so people won't always have to rely on emulation for old games to be available. Got to scan that enemy. Yeah, those enemies right there, the only way to kill them is to roll into their mouth and bomb them. Otherwise, they'll just spit you out and block your path. It'll be more expensive. I don't I don't feel like that's a good enough reason to not do it. I mean, if there's a demand for it, might as well. Energy spike detected. Oh, for us? Fair enough. Energy spike. I don't know what that means. For some reason, I think that little blue thing right there is what's causing the lag in this room. I don't know why. It's not like rain effects or anything. You pay for them 100%. They could do what Microsoft is doing with Xbox, like its monthly subscription to play all the games you want. It's basically what Nintendo has now, only the list of games is limited. Right now it's only a select list of NES and SNES games. Energy tank acquired, so I guess that's what it meant by energy spike. Our energy spikes, which is good. So, now that we have our bombs, what else can we explore? So the only way now is to turn around since we can't go further. And that little thing you saw before the energy tank I got, that was a spider track, which you would need the spider ball upgrade for. I'll go ahead and safety save again, just in case anything comes up. Rather play GBA games over SNES or NES. Yeah, GBA has a lot of good games. Yeah, this is a casual run with minor speed tricks. Even though I'm timing it, it's not a speed run. I'm just doing that out of curiosity for how long it would take. some more runic symbols in here. This basically opens up the path to our next little section of this area. Shoot these highs before they spawn bees. If I can aim at it. Alright. But let's run, yeah. Or let's walk. Alright. Any more hives? Not from here. Just don't want those wasps bugging me while I'm trying to get up here. There we go. Black speck almost fucked me up. Alright, so here's the area we just opened up. Let's see where it leads. Golden Sun soundtrack? What's Golden Sun? By the way, here comes another laggy part. This is a boss fight, so... It's one of the more CPU-intensive areas. Oh, a JRPG on GBA? Okay. This is our first major boss of the game. What's this? What's it called? Oop! Took a long time to scan. Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable. However, exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. Fuck. Let's just go ahead and shoot this mirror here. Oh, glad you like it. I don't normally commentate when I stream, because I'm normally a quiet kind of guy, but this is a special occasion. So that's basically how you do damage to it. You stun it, shoot one of the mirrors, and then roll into one of the more ball slots. And I'm doing some minor speed tech, like rapid fire missiles and some scan dashing, just to get around the room faster. So it takes like 3 missiles to stun him. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this. Let's see if I can... Fucking tentacles blocking me. Okay. If you take too long to knock those mirrors down, he'll start knocking them back up. Which prolongs the boss fight. Oh, I forgot to mark multiple bombs here too. There's quicker ways to beat this boss. You can, oh, thanks for the follow, Triple Berries. You can do scan dashes off of its vines over to its bomb slots, but I'm not skilled enough to do that. Or if you get space jump early, you can just space jump over the weak spots and get them that way instead of having to. Okay, I think it's stunned. Okay. Probably should have grabbed some of those missile drops there. Alright, should be the last mirror, or satellite. And Flower's dead. And we have ourselves a new item. Barrier suit. That icon looks a lot like the screw attack icon from the 2D games. It's a little weird how they reappropriated it for these. It has an S on it, but I guess the S could stand for suit. Barrier suit acquired. Dangerous areas of heat are now accessible. Alright. So I guess that means our next area will be heated in some form. Normally you're supposed to like either bomb jump and roll through that or just go underwater. Get over here through here. Kind of blew my mind when I found out you could just jump on those things. Let's scan this thing. Magnetic rail system track detected. It appears to be active. Spider ball technology required to access track. So that explains why we couldn't actually. Let's see what's over here first. Dolphin. Please. Jesus. I grab some extra missiles. There's a lot more I can get now with the items I have, but I'm going to wait until later when I backtrack to clean up the area. But I will grab this extra E-tank outside of the one-way door. Now this is a one-way door, so I had to be careful about grabbing this E-tank. And if you walk out too far, it'll close behind you. Yeah, 100% items, but not scans. So I think we're powered up enough to move on to the next area. Let's see what awaits us. Magmore Caverns North. So we'll take a safety save right here. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Let's swig this coffee. Alright. Where were we? Samus, please. For some reason she loves locking on to the wrong enemies. You know, it can kind of fuck you up sometimes. That was a combat dash right there. Magmore Caverns. The area based off of this enemy here. Nope, Samus. Magmore, fire-breathing serpent that dwells in lava. Blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Basically, they're Prime's version of the enemies in Super Metroid that, or any Metroid that kind of pops up out of the lava and shoots little fireballs up at you. Except in this, it just breathes fire. Like a steady stream of fire. And another thing you might not know is that this little pillar right here, you can break it with 2 missiles. Most first-time players probably think it takes a super missile based on some guide they probably read, but all it takes is 2. And we got ourselves a extra early artifact. Chozo artifact. And you can also get up here without space jump too by just jumping on some standable terrain right here. Hold on. Jumping up there. You're not supposed to be able to get this yet without space jump, but you can abuse, you know, certain things in the game like standable collision, which is basically any surface that you can stand on, which there are a lot more than you might think. What artifact is this? Oops. Artifact of nature. Just going to mark that on my tracker. So we have 1 of 12. They're basically like a fetch quest that the game makes you do towards the end to open up the final boss area. But you can get some of those early along the way, if you know how. I'm gonna go down here, get us an extra missile. Oh my god, this incline is the worst. I don't know why the developers do this, but they always put inclines by morph ball holes that you need to like get some extra momentum before even rolling up the inclines to get in the holes. It's kind of annoying. There's another item in here too, inside of a pillar, but I won't be able to get that without space jump, which we'll be getting later. And I'll probably come back for it during cleanup. Oops. So we got a couple of choices. I'm gonna go this way for now. We'll worry about that other door later. Let's see if we can get this. Take. So now we got plenty of health. So hopefully we shouldn't be dying anytime soon. Or too easily, rather. So yeah, normally Magmore Caverns is a heated area, so I wouldn't have been able to get through there without it. Would have taken heat damage and died. What's this new area? It's pretty. Vendrana Drifts. Pretty big area. Lots to explore. Got a locked door right there. Grading has become brittle from temperature fluctuations. Large traces of radion detected. We have another save station there. Radion, I guess. Oh my god. Door directly above has been unlocked. Huh. A missile behind ice there, but can't get that yet. I wonder what it takes to break that. The ice covering of this opening can be melted with extreme heat. Okay. Guess we'll be getting a heat gun eventually. So let's see. Let's try to get to that door we just unlocked. What are these? Baby Sheegoth, glacial predator. Ice shell protects vulnerable dorsal area. Young Sheegoths grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serves to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. This being their only weak point, baby Sheegoths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. Powerful hunters, they fire bursts of ultra cold gas at potential prey, then feast on their frozen victim. Let's see if we can sneak past them. Oh, nope. Fuck. Let's try to escape. And now we're up here. Still not much we can do in this room. Can't jump far enough to make it over there, so might as well go up here. Got some more baby she-goths. Excuse me. Thank you. Looks like we got an item over there. Let's see what it is. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell happened to that jump. I don't know if I jumped too early or if my jump got eaten. So yeah, if you fail that platform, then you could just scan that thing again and platforms will come back. There we go. Looks like another morph ball. Boost ball. Interesting variation. Boost ball acquired. While in morph ball mode, press and hold B to charge the ball, release after charging to get a speed boost. So in a way, this is our Prime's version of the speed booster. Where you don't get the shine spark, but your morph ball goes really fast, and it can get you up half pipes. Like this. Pretty cool, huh? So, since we've hit a dead end, we need to search for other half pipes we can use. Which, coincidentally, there's one back in Talon Overworld, in Talon Canyon, so let's see what that one's about. Could lead to our next progression. There's nothing else we could do here in Phendrana yet, so... Oops. Yeah, that's a purple door up there. We don't have the weapon to open that yet. And we can't jump high enough to get up there anyway, so we might as well just go back. Oh, there's that bird we saw earlier. Pretty big reflection, but it's a nice visual. Guess he didn't notice us. I love boost balls so much. Alright, so back in Magmore, we need to find a way back to Talon Overworld. So let's move a little further down this pathway here. See where it leads us. Right here we have one of those classic glass tunnels that you can break with a power bomb later in the game. We have a little item down there that we can't get yet, so we're going back there later. Let's wait for these. Got ourselves a missile up there. Should be a way to get up there. Gotta be really careful with this. It's pretty easy to fall off. Seen other people do this really fast. I don't know how. So they got precision, muscle memory. Let's see if we can make it back. Oh, that was a little scary. Have an elevator here. And lava blocking our way with another spider track. So, can't go that way yet. Let's see what's up this elevator. Talon Overworld, okay. So that's our way back to the beginning. Back to the ship, rather. And with the boost ball, we should be able to explore more of the area, as the hint system indicated. Only fucking dolphin would stop lagging. Jesus. Dolphin, I get it. Anything under this bridge? Oh, yeah, missile. Fuck these guys. Ain't got time for that bullshit. blood flower. It will eject toxic spores, poisonous even to the blood flower itself. Blah 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 blah. Basically, you kill it like that. Shoot its own poison back at it. And we're back here. So this is the area. Half-pipe structure detected. What? This game. Prime games are weird. Sometimes you get stuck on shit like that for no apparent reason. So yeah, this half pipe brought us up to a higher point in the room, which you wouldn't normally be able to reach. So let's see if this leads anywhere interesting. Come on, Dolphin. There you go. And we're back in this room, but up here, above the ship. This is that ledge that I mentioned you could scan dash to earlier from the ship to get this next item here. Let's see what it is. It's like a shoe. Space jump boots. Interesting. That's basically the item from the 2D games that let you jump infinitely. But in this game, however, it's just a double jump, which is kind of a fair interpretation of like space jump in 3D. It'd be a little too broken if it was like it was in the 2D games. So basically, you press jump, while still in the air, press jump again to perform an extra space jump. Normally you wouldn't be able to jump high enough, but with space jump, you can get up there. Now that we have Morph Ball, let's do some shit with it. So there's an extra missile there. We get through. Finally get through this path now. Let's see what's over here. Oh my god. Bear with me. Flying pirates. Suicide strike. Oh. I'm not gonna fuck with these guys yet. Just gonna let them go. Yeah, they just fly away anyway. What's this shit, though? This crate appears to be the same type of container found on the space pirate research frigate. The material seeping out from the ruptured metal is highly toxic. Analysis indicates that this may be the phazon compound the space pirates were using in their biological experiments. Interesting. That was a scan point right there. Yeah, so this appears to be a dead end so far. But we have a new hint. Predator activity analyzed. Rising predator activity. So I guess we need to head back to Phendrana. And with our space jump, we'll be able to explore more of it. But first, I want to go back to this area and see what's behind it. Just waiting for the room to load. That's why the door's taking so long to open. It's one of the quirks about these games is that long doors that take forever to open or loading times disguised loading times. It's a nice little place here. And we have another artifact. Collected, then scan the totems here for clues on the locations of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the center of the impact crater. So we have 2 of these so far. And this is normally the first one you're supposed to get as soon as you gain access with missiles. This is the artifact of truth. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said, I'm going to be picking some of these up along the way before you're intended to do it as a fetch quest before the ending. Invaders have claimed Phendrana as their own. A tower sits atop their fortress. Collapse it to reveal the chamber where the artifact of Elder is held. And all these artifacts are basically all the clues are basically like they're really vague, but if you play the game enough, you'll know where they are. And the red scans are the artifacts I haven't collected yet. The orange ones are ones I already have, so there's 2 of those. I'm just gonna go ahead and collect these scans, even though I don't really need to since I know where they all are. It's weird, in the vanilla game, these aren't all scannable. Because normally in randomizer you'd be able to scan all of them for, like, clearer hints as to where they are. Like, in randomizer they'll actually tell you what room they're in. Anyway, so we have our artifact clues. Turned 2 of the artifacts so far, so now we got 10 more to go. Oops. Didn't bend the dash enough. Just gonna take a safety save real quick. And back to Findrana we go. So, just go back the way we came. Oh, let me mark Space Jump and Varia. And Boost Ball. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 upgrades out of however many there are. I wonder how you're supposed to get back over here, like the intended way. I wonder if it's probably supposed to do this. Seems a little excessive. So I don't think you're supposed to be able to space jump across that lava. Alright. Oh. Fuck. Shouldn't have pressed R. Whenever you press R during a jump, or mid-jump, it locks your momentum. So you're not able to, like, control where you land anymore after that. There we go. There's an item I can get up there now, but I'm gonna wait until I have power bombs so I can get the extra item underneath it, which you'll see later. Alright, back to Fendrano we go. Alright. So now that we have space jump, we can make it over here to this area. Got a little missile up there. Doesn't look like we can get it yet though. So let's see what this area has to offer. Baby Shigoth. More platforming. Alright. A little statue up here. Statue's hands can be frozen in place. Statue depicting the bust of a Chozo shaman adorns this door. A symbol is carved into its forehead. The translation reads, "To pass my gaze, seek my twin within this room." Okay. This one has other heads. Let's see what they're all about. Statue depicting the bust of a Chozo warrior. The statue is flawless. Blap. Chozo philosopher. Flawless. Architect. Flawless. Shaman. Several stress fractures can be seen running along the surface of this brimstone object. Okay, that must be the twin. We have ourselves a little morph ball slot. What's that? Wave beam. Okay, so another mini boss fight. So as usual, it's not gonna make it that easy to just walk up to the item and get it. Gotta fight for it. She-Goth, supreme predator of the Phendrana Drifts. She-Goths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals on their back absorb energy, which they can fire at prey. She-Goths have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly of a She-Goth is susceptible to concussive blasts. In battle, they expel blasts of rigid gas to ensnare their targets. They're also fond of ramming and trampling their hapless prey. So, it seems to be giving us clues on two ways to fight it, which you can wait for the breath attack, and then fire missiles into its mouth. Gonna do anything? Okay, there's the breath attack. If you get hit, it could freeze you. So you can do that. Or you can go to its underbelly and lay bombs under it. It's the harder way to do it, but it works. Alright. We got her. And let's get our wave beam. The classic Metroid weapons. Works a little bit differently in this game than it does in the 2D games. It doesn't pass through solid surfaces, but it opens purple doors and a few other things that we'll get to eventually. Works for certain puzzles and opens up shit. So we just fill some health and ammo before we leave. Alright, we got a wave door. Wouldn't have been able to get out otherwise. So let's explore the rest of Phendrana. Perhaps try that wave door that we couldn't get to earlier. Further ahead. Alright, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna jump across here. You're normally not supposed to be able to make those jumps, but I did R jumps to increase my distance. So now we're back here. We got space jumps, so we can get up to that door now. See those shriek bats over there. And more ice. It's a weird looking item. Can't get it yet though. What's this area about? Looks like, okay. Have some inactive bomb slots. Let's scan around. What's this thing? This is a standard spinner device. The generator belts of the spinner can be activated by rapid rotational force. Use the boost ability of the morph ball when inside the spinner to activate the device. Fair enough. Normally the hint system would kick in right about now, but scanning shit helps, I guess. And there's another spinner over there. Activates that slot. Oops. It's another little morph ball hole up there. Let's see what that leads to first. As you can hear, I'm on a time limit. Ah, E-tank. Alright, some extra safety. There's a little example of underwater movement, which is hindered by the weight of our suit, at least our current suit. So it looks like we'll have to reactivate that bomb slot up above to make the water rise again. Oops. It's a little hard to gauge your jump sometimes. There's several different ways you can get up this room, but I'm only doing it the intended way right now. Okay. And now we're up here. Can't open this door yet. Door has no power, and nearby power conduit must be energized for it to open. A blast of electrical energy will energize the conduit. The conduit radiates some heat that is invisible in the normal spectrum. This cordite statue is worn and weathered. Scan indicates the presence of a power conduit behind the statue. Nothing breaks it yet, so I'll have to come back here later with new abilities. And we have a save point. And you know what? I'm going to pause my timer, take a break for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll be back to pick up where we left off. So, see you in a few.